Like I'm saying, once I involve the police, I might have maybe a big mouth standing there, but I leave everything to the police. They know who to call, what to do. They know exactly that is the area of expertise.
You're saying it was for Mahane to do all of those things. It's now his operation, because when you open the container, it's just the two of you. Are you saying at that point he's in charge of this operation?
He is in charge, yes.
And what does being in charge mean at a scene? Because I imagine it doesn't mean every law enforcement official who's there can choose and decide what to do. Otherwise, there's no in charge, if all of us can decide what to do. So maybe just unpack for us, what is to be in charge at a scene like this when there's the two of you at that point?
You take accountability, you take control of the scene.
How does it take accountability of your decision to arrest a person if that person should not have been arrested, is what I'm trying to understand, that he doesn't seem to direct you. You say, I'm at the scene, I also get to do stuff. So if you do something wrong, how does he take accountability for it if he's not in charge? You are both in charge, it seems, on your account.
No, I cannot be. Like I'm saying, in the police, you don't command somebody's resources.
Yes.
And when we are jointly working in an operation, they take the lead.
Yes.
I'm being guided by them.
But he didn't guide you in the decision who to arrest. At least I've not understood that to be your evidence that you caused the arrest of somebody because Mahano said that. And hence my question, that it seems you, and you keep using the word joint operation, which seems to be consistent with saying, well, he does his bit, I do mine. We both do what we think is right on the scene. And if that's your evidence, that is your evidence. I'm just trying to understand that was Mahane, in fact, in charge of this scene? You say he was in charge. And then I say, well, then, how do you explain your independent actions on the scene, including the decision to place somebody under arrest? If Mahane was in charge, yes.
Myself?
Yes.
If he is in charge, it's not like I am divorcing him for him to do everything while I'm there.
Mm.
Arresting, I don't need his permission, I can still do. If there's that reasonable suspicion.
Even though you're not acting under his direction, you say a traffic officer like you has the authority on that scene to effect an arrest.
That I can do.
Acting independently without it being directed by the SAPS.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Can I just, your response to Advocate Ngube that because the PCI is captured, you made the decision that you don't want to involve them. It's not up to you to decide that, because I'm reading Brigadier Shibiri's affidavit. He says, when you called him that day, he told you that the investigation of level 3 drug trafficking matters resort under the DPCI. So this is the function of the DPCI, because this matter involves drug trafficking. It's not up to you to say DPCI won't be involved because they are captured.
DPCI, okay, me knowing, not all obviously, it cannot be a blanket statement to all. Most of them, we know. It's a no-no.
But if it's a matter that resorts under the DPCI, it means you have a responsibility to inform the DPCI. You cannot say it resorts under them, but I choose not to do it. You simply cannot do that, and I will leave that there. I want to ask you these questions. Do you have any training, or have you ever conducted a bust that involves opening containers?
No, I don't have Commissioner.
Do you know what process has to be followed before you open a container?
I don't know,
Do you know what you must do with the seal when you open the container?
I've got
Do
no
you
idea.
know what must happen when things fall out of that container while you are opening it?
No idea.
Now, what prescripts that is used by the traffic police governs the opening of containers?
Hence, I didn't open.
But you instructed people to open it. What prescripts governs that process where you can instruct the owner to open? Because you say in your statement, you took a decision to go and search the container. You say that in paragraph 5 of your statement. It's not Mahano who said, I'm now a policeman in charge, let's go and search. You say you took the decision. Now, what legal instrument or what document that is used by the traffic police governs that process and guides you in terms of what you do when you get there? You must take the photos of the seal, for example. You must take the photos of the container before it is opened. You must take the photos of the container after it is opened. You must take the photos of the objects as they fall down. What prescripts or document governs that process and is used by the traffic police?
I might not know exactly, but under normal circumstances, let me say myself now independently, as a traffic cop, stopping you on the road.
No, I'm not asking about stopping on the road. You went to private premises. You went to somebody's warehouse with the intention to go and search a container that you suspected to be containing drugs. I'm asking about that, not when you stop cars on the road, not when you stop trucks on the road, because there you're performing traffic officer functions. Here you took a decision that you are going to private premises, you're going to search and seize a container. Now, what prescript or what document which is used by traffic police governs what a traffic police officer must do when they undertake that process?
Well, I might not know that exactly. Like I'm saying, if I am there
And
with...
please don't tell me about what you do in the street. If there is no document, you must say to me, I don't know that there's a document and I've never seen one.
I don't know.
And you've never seen such a document.
I don't know.
Does that not explain why traffic officers should not be doing that? Because if you could do that, you would receive training on how to do that. Is that not so?
Well, because now there's MOUs signed with...
I'm not asking about now, Chief. I'm asking about in 2021. So if there's an MOU signed in 2024, it is irrelevant to our discussion. 9 July 2021 was when you conducted this operation. So let's focus on that.
So what's the question, Commissioner?
No, you heard the question and you chose to tell me about the MOU. Must I repeat the question for you?
Please do.
Thank you. Does the fact that you don't know of any prescript not indicate to you that traffic officers are not supposed to do what you were doing?
Yes, we're not supposed to do, especially because, like I'm saying, I will call the police.
And
People
here
that knows better than I do.
And here we know you did not call the police. What you called was somebody to tag along with you. What you called was somebody from Zonkizizwe to tag along with you, to legitimize what you were doing. Because Mahana was not in charge of this operation. He was following your lead.
I didn't even know that Mahana is from Zonkizizwe.
But was he following your lead or were you following his lead? Who was leading?
He was leading.
But how would he lead if he doesn't know what is going on You called him to come and assist you.
Well, like I'm saying, obviously he also informed me that he called Pakula, he called other people. So clearly it's above him also. That's why he also calls relevant people.
Yes, but you did not wait for Pakula to get there before you instructed Scania people to open the container. Pakula, in fact, says he went to Alberton because he was told that once you've collected what you were collecting, you will be taking it to Alberton. He was called from Alberton once there was an issue in Arrowton. And by then, you had already opened the containers, you had already arrested people.
Well, we didn't know how long will Pakula take to arrive.
No, but he was not coming to Ireton. Pakula was told to go to Alberton because whatever you were collecting in Ireton, your plan was to take it to Alberton.
We were under the impression that because everything started in Alberton,
Yes.
not that it's a plan,
Yes.
because everything started in Alberton, it will end in Alberton.
So you were going to take the bags and take them to Alberton with you.
We were going to end everything in Alberton.
You were going to take the bags and take them to Alberton with you.
We were going to detain, if need be, and take the cargo to 13 in Alberton.
You were going to take the bags, the 27 bags, to the impound in Alberton.
To 13 in Alberton,
What is
yes.
clear from your description of your relationship with Pukungwane, what comes out of that is you actually called a friend. You didn't call a SAPS officer because you know this is I happen to know this police officer who's in Alberton. You called a friend. You say you socialize with him. So it was quite a deliberate decision or choice of who you call. That's the first observation from how you've described your relationship with him. But my question is not about that. It's about you, when now things were bad on the scene, and in particular you were being placed under arrest, you called, I think you say the first person you called was General Mawela, right?
Yes.
That's at least one of the people that you called.
Yes.
Why did you call him at that point? Why did you choose to call him and not another police officer? Why did you not call Pompi your superior? Any other name? Choose any other name. Could have been any other name, but I'm asking specifically, why did you call General Mawela in particular?
Because of the harassment and the bullying of Khan, General Khan.
But remember, you don't trust all these senior officers. You say they have an interest in this. So I'm interested in your choice of General Mawela because you don't trust all the seniors. Why did you think he won't have an interest in this?
Well, because now already the operation is in progress. There is nothing that there is now there's a need, because now there will be no that disturbances or a sabotage for this to be a success.
Okay, but that's exactly the point, that when you open the container and the drugs come out and others are watching, the employees of that place, there will not be sabotage. Whoever you call to the scene, there would not be sabotage at that point. So you have to explain again why at that point, once you've opened the container and the drugs fall out, why did you not now mobilize, including General Mawela, that clearly you do have access to him at that time, why you did not mobilize other SAPs, appropriate units of SAPs, DPCI, SANEB, LCRC, as soon as those things dropped, and then you wait there. Because, as you say, at that point, the opportunity for sabotage is lost, because the drugs are now in the open. No one can intercept them at this point, because it's in full public view. Explain why at that point you do not then mobilize the appropriate SAPS people.
I'm under the impression that people that are involved, that I involved, will do the necessary, will know who to call. Yes, they'll know who to call and know who to mobilize.
No, but you see, you're the one that called Pukungwane, you're the one that calls Mawela, and so we know you do have access to people that you can mobilize to come to the scene. So my question to you is, and it really flows from an earlier question that you were asked, that you are now at the operation. You're no longer concerned about the drugs being intercepted before they land somewhere. They are in full public view. You don't call others and you say, well, you're under the impression Mr. Mahane, Warrant Officer Mahane will know what to do. But you actually together make a decision to load them onto a van, clearly intending to take them somewhere. You say you were taking them to Alberton, and my question is, well, at that point, why do you not say, Mahane, I see we are making the decision to put them on the van, but in fact we should be calling the SEPS people to come here. Let's do that, because you're making decisions with him. So please don't pretend when it suits that Mahane was in charge and he's the one that does things. We see you arresting people. You know, you tell us, place somebody under arrest. We see you fighting for the scene with General Khan. So you really are an active player at that point, together with Mahane. So answer my question against that context of the facts as they were unfolding, that why do you not, at that point, you and your friend Mahane say to him, we have to call. Now that we are here and it's all down here, it's open, it won't be sabotaged, let's call the right people to come and deal with this. Why do you not do that?
Sometimes, Commissioner, you take long, I end up forgetting.
My question is
The question is.
Let me summarize it for you. And I don't understand that you don't understand my question, but I'll accept. And I'm not going to give you a background. The drugs fall out. They are in full public view. There are spectators. There's zero risk of sabotage. Why do you not? You say to Mahane, let's call the appropriate subunits to come and deal with this, instead of putting this thing on the bakkie, instead of putting them on the bakkie, let's call the subs people to come and deal with this, the appropriate people. Why don't you do that?
No, like I'm saying, I left everything to Mahane, and for him to say, I called Pakula, for Pakula when on his arrival to say, I called K9, then I know we are safe now, because they calling the relevant people.
So why do you fight with Khan when he comes there and takes charge? Because there's now subs proper. The scene is being managed. Other people are now there. Why are you fighting them? You're saying Mahane has called. The version is not as clean and as clear as you're making it to be about what Mahane did. But you say Mahane has called, Pakula has called. Well, somebody has called Khan. Somebody has called Sebola. Someone has called Kadwa. All of them subs-officials. Why are you fighting them? You're a traffic officer, and that doesn't change. why are you fighting them about them now taking charge of this scene? Because it's a scene. It's being taken charge of by appropriately qualified people. In fact, you and Mahane are completely inappropriate for this operation. You're not qualified for this operation. Forget their motives, which maybe they do have other motives, but on the scene descends people who are appropriately qualified, which you and Mahane have zero of. Why do you fight when SAPS officials, appropriately qualified, come and take control of the scene?
I was not fighting. Khan was fighting us.
Okay. So you just handed it over to Khan. Is that what you're saying? That you were happy to hand over to Khan, Sibula, Kadwa, and every other person who is not you and Mahane? Are you saying you happily were handing it over to them?
No, we're not happy because, okay, we are at work. Number one, regardless of your rank, there has to be, we respect one another. So, Khan came, bullied us. Number one, every policeman that comes on the scene, you go straight to the first people, first responders on the scene. That did not happen. Instead, he went to, I can say, Scania people. And we all are looking at that. We're saying, I didn't even know. I didn't even know him. I knew the name. So, when he does that, only when he comes nearer to us, I hear and see people saluting. Yes, General, yes, General, yes, General. Then I started maybe becoming I don't know what's the right word. When he started saying to Mokhana, who are you, where are you from, who's the driver of the buggy, sit in your car. Then that's when I went to him and said, I said to him, but why do you, it looks like it's an arrest to Mokhana. Why do you do that? He said, no. Who are you? I said, Wena, who are you? He said, no, I'm General Khan. I said, okay, I am Chief Mashaba, Gauteng Traffic. Then, I think it all started there, because I wanted to, because this is bullying now, this is abuse of power. I wanted to take Makhane out of the buggy.
But that's exactly my point, that there's now a general on the scene, but we also know there are other people as well from the SAPS on the scene. What is your business in continuing these conversations? Now you have the SAPS proper people, including a general. What is your business to carry on activity, including trying to get Mahane out of the buggy? What business is this? It's a SAPS operation. It's not a traffic department operation. It's a SAPS operation. You want to continue to be active to a point of wanting to take Mahane, who you think is under arrest. You want to take him out of that arrest, which has been ordered by a general. It's that problem that you seem, it's clear that, to me at least, that you had a far greater invested interest in this than just a traffic officer who happened to get a tip-off. Now we know from a friend who called his friend to assist him find a Mahane who, with respect to him, is completely helpless about this. He's never done this. He's a desk person. You go with him, you are on the scene. SAPS people arrive. You don't say, I started this, it was my tip-off, but now the SAPS. Of course, we are all law enforcement. Let them do what they need to do. You are so actively, you're even fighting, why is Mahane arrested? And I'm suggesting to you that all of that conduct indicates that you had a vested interest other than a law enforcement officer who has found out about drugs and is happy that they are now under the control of the state. That's the impression I have about you, that you had a far greater interest. If you have any comment, you can comment, but that's my view about your conduct here, that it went beyond just everyday traffic officer or law enforcement activity.
Like I'm saying, sometimes you take long, and I really want to comment.
Yes, you can. It means you heard me. You can comment.
Number one, like I said, regardless of your rank, we respect one another.
Can I please stop you? And I don't mean to be disrespectful. Please do not repeat what you have said. It's on record, and I remember it clearly, and we will read it. So do not repeat it, but please comment freely. I've heard you. You said when the police arrive, regardless of rank, you ask who is in charge, who is who, people introduce themselves. We've heard all of that. Please do not repeat it. You can comment if you have anything else to say.
No comment.
Thank you. Ms. Siggles?
Thank you, Commissioner. Chief, why was Mr. Nku at the scene? Why was he going with you from Yellow Jersey to Ayrton?
Well, Mr. Nku asked me that will it be a problem for me to accompany you guys? Because other informations that I gave to other people, I get to be told they were unsuccessful, or I get to be told stories or excuses. Can I come with you guys? I said, I don't see this as a problem because I know I have worked with a lot of police that comes with their informers. The only thing I said to him, please make sure you sit in your car and you don't participate. So I think by me saying that, I think I did the right thing, or I contained him, and because he did exactly that.
Does it mean he did not trust you? I mean, in spite of your long relationship with him, if his concern is, as he says in his statement, exactly what you're saying, does it mean he didn't